Alright, welcome back guys to the SpawnShark channel. So today we're going to be going through firstly and foremost how we went for the week. We're ranked now in the top 8 overall for SuperCoach. We managed to climb 8 ranks, which is pretty nice despite actually failing the captain option. So we went the vice captain Luke Jackson into Will Ashcroft as the captain. Unfortunately, he doesn't know how to hit a target, or his teammates don't know how to present properly. So, despite having a good matchup, he's gone down with only the 99. So we've lost a few points there. And at this point in the season, every point matters. So I think we're about 200 and maybe 80 points behind the leader. And that's the goal really, is to finish rank 1. So we weren't really sure that we'd be in the mix for it, but I think probably everyone up to about rank 50 are still in it, and then probably in the top 20 are still a really hot shot at trying to climb back into contentions for either top 10 placing or even win the whole thing. So we'll get into now and look at our team. We scored 24-43 for the round. So basically, the way I want to run this video is, first of all, we're going to go for our whole team. I'm going to be totally transparent. I'm not going to hide anything about what my strategy is, because I feel like everything's already put in place. Like, the wheels are in works as to how this team is going to try and win, or give ourselves the best chance of winning AFL SuperCoach this year. So the main point of strategy we have is how we set up our team. So if you actually look at our team compared to the top 10 overall, we actually don't have many common players. We probably have about 9 to 11 on average different players from the top 7 or so, at least. And that's actually going to give us the best chance of climbing back into it, because if we've got the same team, we're not climbing back, because I can't pick a captain for my life at the moment, so no matter what I do. But we'll go through captain's balls later. But first of all, we got Naz in the back line. So I'm going to go for each player and tell you if we should be bringing him in from here, and were they a good pick overall for the season. So yes, you should be bringing him in from here. He is the number 1 defender from this point forward. He's got a great matchup. Looking at his fixture, so if you don't have him already, you can just see from basically the buys onwards, he's just been killing it. He's had the tag, but even from here, should do well against North. They're probably not the hardest taggers in the world. See how it goes against Jimmy Jordan, but from then on, I imagine that he's just going to pulverize you if you don't have him for your league matchups and climbing ranks. Luke Parker, if I had more trades, he'd be gone. I just don't like the way he plays. He is not really the accumulating type. Like, whenever he scores 100 plus, it's always in close games, because he's clutching up in the big moments and getting the good scaling. So he was a great pick for the season, but for these last 5 rounds, I would avoid. I'm kind of glad that people jumped on him after the buys. They said he had a good run, and thought that he would give him a bit of an advantage. But really, they've just brought in a player that was going to disadvantage me, because he's been, pretty poor score and he's got a bad fixture to come. But so he's got the Saints, should be okay there. But yeah, I'm not too sure about these other matchup. He's probably going to have to play a bit accountable, and if it's a blowout, there's no chance he's going to go 100. So I would be avoiding this player. Not that I don't think he's been talked about in any of the trades for Max Holmes this week. Speaking of which, this is just the placeholder for now. This is Max Holmes, incognito. So we've used one of our 2 trades on him. So Mills, obviously, I think is a great pick. He's kind of like a blocker of a pick. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to go with him in the end because do we want to create more point of difference? I know a few of the teams in the top 10 or so have him, so more than not. And if they don't, they might be bringing him in. So, but I think he's got probably the best fixture difficulty wise for backman to come. He's got the Giants, Saints. We know they're leaky. Essendon. It's just a matter if they're going to rest him or not. And if they're going to rest players in Sydney, they're probably going to rest them right here. And I don't know how many are going to rest. I'd be scared if I was a Grundy owner. I'm scared as a Heaney owner. So if you've got 5 trades at the moment and you're sitting at the top 10, I think you're going to win AFL SuperCoach probably. Because last few years you've had winners maybe hold on with 1 to 3 trades for like since the buys onwards, but this year like you probably need at least 8 trades from that point. And I'm not sure how you would have managed that considering all the injuries that we had early on. But if you managed it, good on you. But I'd be picking Mills. I'm not 100% on Mills, but great pick. Lockie Ash, bad week, but I think he's going to do well from here. Him and Whitfield, one's going to go well, but probably they're both going to go well from here, despite the bad effort here. Sydney, the bad matchup, but if you're looking for a finals, both of these two have a great fixture, and that's mostly what I'm basing off here, whether they're good players, 1, and also 2, if they've got a great fixture and they want the pill. Hawker Hahn is holding on for dear life in our back line. He's got a good finals fixture with Richmond and Essendon in there, so I'm comfortable with him, covering if we need. I kind of feel a bit ripped off with this, not him particularly, but last week, I'll run you guys through a bit of a scenario for myself. We had Whitfield out. We had Hawker Hahn go out. These were all playing the week before. Perez goes out. Ryan goes out. So we actually copped a donut last week despite going up in ranks from 25 or something to 16. And then we could have actually probably, even if we had Hawker Hahn or one of these blokes, gone up an extra 60 points, which is all really pivotal at this stage. But you look at Horn Francis goes out this week. And you've got blokes like Charlie Lake going 100. You've got blokes like Liam Reedy going 90s. Hasn't been in the team all year. It's like I'm all for I'm actually happy that in a way when I don't like seeing other teams or players get affected by injury trades and winning that way. But if it doesn't go both ways, where I'm getting a gifted score for that injury or resting whatever, then it feels a bit of a rip-off. But anyway, that's how the roundabout swing sometimes. In the midfield, everyone has day costs. Should be a good pick for finals. I'm happy with him. Ashcroft we brought in last week for Zach Butters. I don't think many players in the top handful went with him, so I'm kind of happy about that despite the 99. Our other options we were looking at were Andy Brayshaw. He's one okay, but similar. Errol Goulden was in consideration. I'm not sold on him. Like, he's a bit too uncontested and half 40 for my liking. And Ed Richards, who is a butcher at times at the best of us. So, and then the ones who went well were Rowell and Merritt for some of the other teams. And Merritt's got a really hard fixture from here. And Rowell also, I don't like picking players from teams that aren't going to be in finals because they've got no motivation to keep going, really. So unless they're going for contracts or something like that, I really look at these or think about these motivation factors, whether they've got something to play for and they're going to keep trying to the last minute or not, or stay on the field or whatnot. And that goes the same way for Sydney and Freo players. I'm hesitant if they're going to rest players, or even Geelong, because they're notorious for that. So, uh, yeah, that's something to consider. Uh, Bontempelli, good return by him. Uh, good captain if you had him. Most people have him now. Bailey Smith still somewhat 50-50 if you own him in the top 1%. He still hasn't hit the ceiling scores that we'd be hoping for, but from here, hopefully, he just plays every game. That's the main thing we're hoping for. And then, as long as he can do that, he should manage to score from here. And I imagine with Max Holmes out, he plays because they're going to need midfielders. I can't imagine him running out in the midfield with just an Atkins, a Bruin, and a Warple. I'd imagine he has to be in the mix, even if they've got a soft draw. So good pick if you want to pick him. Lockie Neal, gun player, real gun player, and a really good pod for this team. He's one of the ones who's going to be carrying us if we're going to try and win this thing. Very good option. Good draw to come. I think him and Ashcroft have got both good draw with the. So he's got Port, who he actually loves as a matchup, and they've got no midfield. We'll see how they go. They've been really good in the back half, but they're still leaking points a little bit. Carlton, I'd imagine he gets the Hewitt treatment, but should be just the only score I imagine after that. He's got Hawthorn, who tends to like Gold Coast and Collingwood. But I'm not sure who you'd be trading out. There's no real injuries in the midfield this week unless you got Max Holmes in there. So he could be a luxury trade if you want to dump someone that you don't like. Isaac Heaney's just trucking along. I wouldn't be picking him from here. He's another one. So yeah, don't pick him. He's half the chance of missing a game from here, in my opinion, and he's just not in good form. Clayton Oliver, although I want him to perform well in saying that, so he is still somewhat pottish. Clayton Oliver, another pottish player for our team, been great this week. Really hoping for that ceiling score, which we haven't seen all season, but I don't know what's wrong with Giants. They can't beat teams that are below them, but they can manage to beat Brisbane by 100 points. So I'm speechless. Luke Davies-Uniacke, great season pick, bad ending pick. If I could get rid of this guy, he'd be out too, along with Parker. But we can't. Bad fixture to come. I don't think he's gonna kill me, but he's just not gonna be in the top 8 for the final 5 rounds, in my opinion. Max Gawn. Max Heath came back in this week. This could be another sneaky one if people want to flip-flop to someone else. I'm not going to do it just I don't think. I mean, if you're in the top handful from here or you need to make your finals, this could be a pick to flip to make the finals in your league matchups. If Max Heath is named again, they've got Geelong. He probably still score well, but it is an option if you can get into a midfielder, I reckon. I'm not 100% sure I'm picking a Cherry or a Grundy. Despite this matchup, like, he could miss games, in my opinion. And I think I'm a bit scarred at the moment with these not picking players who might get rested or something like that. But if you don't think he's going to get rested, Grundy's a great option. But otherwise, I'd be picking a midfielder if you want to flip-flop. But who knows? We'll see with the teams this week. If Max Gawn is named with Heath or not, it's going to decide if we captain, vice captain, or not. Luke Jackson's very good. He's playing with Coxie again, so he should go well from here if you don't have him. Great matchup this week for captains. Sheasel, everyone has him, so it's just a matter of you captain or not. Good captain last week. decent this week. Rowan Marshall, the dream run might be ending if Tom DeConning comes in, but we'll see if he gets managed in or if he comes in at all this week. We're just kind of stuck with him at this point, I think, but he's been great. So hopefully he can at least chalk out a 90 from here or to 100. Zach Bailey, good pod if you want to bring him in, good fixture. He's playing midfield, so he's one of the ones that you can count on. Along with Pickett as well, I think. He's not going to go 120s every week, but he might throw in a 60 from here, but I think he's the top 6 forward for the final 5 rounds, along with Rankin. Great pod for our team. If you don't have him, I think he is the pick. That's going to probably change your team the most. If you don't have him, he's my pick. Yeah, I can't think of another pick this week that you wouldn't go if it would go if it wasn't for Rankin. Petraka. Gee, we avoided him for half the season, and then we pick him up and think, oh, we need to use him, block him from all the other teams so that way he's not scoring against us. And gee, Gold Coast, they're just not working together at all. They're not on the same page, not winning. They're not going to win with this still somewhat difficult draw to come. And he's not playing much midfield. He's been playing half forward, so maybe he's still carrying an injury. I don't know. I'll be getting rid of him if I had a heap of trades, but I don't. Don't pick him from here if you don't have him. Sam Walsh. I hate this guy, but if he can throw up a 120, we'll take it. Obviously, not a trade-in, not a pick for the year, but he's kind of like Jordan Clark in a way. So if you have either of these two players, at least they've played every single game, and for their total points, they're probably up there in the mix for top 10 to 12 players for their position. So he's averaging 100 now. He's actually gone. I don't know how he's got 65 against Richmond. Four 110 pluses in the past 5 rounds. So he's on a bit of a heater, but gee, maybe that motivation's there to play finals for him. He had a 150th game in here somewhere too. Yeah, but I'd have no confidence in picking him in my team if I didn't have him. Like, if you've got him, probably hold now. Good matchup, bad matchup. I think he likes St Kilda from memory. Maybe that was a few years ago. Dogs, like he's behind the North boys for getting rid of, I think. But yeah. So that's all right. So now, what we've done with our Holmes, we did have Holmes here. We've gone the Mills, but we're going to go for all the options because we're not. This is just a placeholder. I'm not anywhere sold on this player, but so a few hundred players here. Cal Wilkie. I don't like key defenders, but with given his run on the way home, the way St Kilda plays, if St Kilda wins those games, he could chalk out 110 average from here for sure. I mean, I can see them winning all of these games, especially at Marvel. 4 out of 5 at Marvel, and the other one against Richmond. A lot of teams have him though in the top mix, so I'm going to decide whether I'm going to pick him or not. He could be a blocker or a. Gee. And he can definitely score, but that was bloated. This score, I don't know how when the game wasn't even close he got 90 points in the last quarter, but yeah, one to consider heavily, I think, if you don't have him. Parker, no. Let me suffer with him, please. Mills, safest pick probably, but one thing I hate doing is going with the crowd. So, he doesn't like he hasn't really scored below a 90 barely since round 6. Good run to come. One of the best for teams for the general attacking defenders to come. So if you like him, pick him, and that's what I might do myself. Bodie Ewan, what's he got to play for now? He's been good, but I hate looking at previous going. Oh, he's gone 120, 140, 118. He can go well from here. He's got a good fixture for defenders. I'm not sold on him. I don't really watch him. I'm probably not picking him, but good unique. If you need to go the unique, maybe. Wayne Miller. I think people are split between Mills and him. I'm half considering him, but you know, it's Wayne Miller. He just had a hamstring injury not that long ago. He could get rested in these matchups against Essendon and Richmond if he's not feeling that great. He can score really well though, and he with Rory Laird out, is a great option, I think, but a gamble. But sometimes you need to roll the dice in this game, so I think he's just as good as Mills and Wilkie for a pick. Although these two matchups might not be the best in the last 2 rounds. Let's see where Rory Laird's at. If he's ruled out till past these rounds, it definitely tips in his favour a lot. Because Mills is still sharing Blakey. Bowie, ultra pod if you go this guy. He could do it. He's got the monopoly of kick-ins compared to all these other blokes. He's kind of like Bailey Dale in that sense, but he hasn't got that intercept game that Bailey Dale does in that. He won't get 40 touches, I imagine. Good fixture to come, mostly for defenders. I'm not sold, but I'm still going to probably research him a bit more. One thing I like to do if I'm going to pick between 1 or 2 players is look back through their footage for the weekend, just skip through the back line of that player. If I'm really torn, and you don't really watch that team, like I wouldn't suggest picking a player that you don't watch at all and have no clue. Like I've got little clue over Bowie, so other than stats. So if I really want him, I'll watch the footage, and see if he just got lucky for the score or not. Only does well in good fixtures, which I don't have for Daniel Dacos. I don't think he's getting a 200 this year. John Noble, interesting. Kind of thrown around a bit with his positioning. Doesn't get the kick-ins, so no freebies. Nothing much to play for from here, considering the coach says all but given up defeat. Probably a no. Wilmot, I'm not saying Iden is... I don't see the point with the other 2 there. Wilmot, if Zorko goes out, like if he's called... If Zorko's ruled out for the next 5 rounds, I might pick him. I like him. But if he's not, then forget about it. In 1 second. Don't even worry about it. Don't consider it. Jordan Clark, I'm not joining the crew of that scramble there. Roy Led, what's it say here? Still TBC. Don't worry. Sicily, few people have him in the top mix for some reason. He's not that same guy. He's not getting the monopoly of kick-ins. They're not chipping around like a bottom 4 team. I don't think he's a pick. Blakey, he's kind of with Mills, but he's more attacking, so I kind of like him. But a lot of people have him, so it's just I'm gonna have to make up my mind whether I want another pod in my team or whether I just want to block it and think the current guys I've got can do the job. I'm kind of leaning towards just pick the best player. That's probably the best thing to do. But yeah, one to consider. Sorko, If you have trades, maybe, but I don't like the injury risk. Yeah, don't pick him. Tom McCarthy, bottom side. I think they got a decent fixture to come. I think he's playing backline at the moment, but I didn't really notice him when I was against Brisbane. I, you know, uh, meh. No, I don't think he's got premium esque. A lot of things going on with him. Not a attacking defender. I don't mind this guy if he actually had a good fixture, but he doesn't. Like, if you look at his scores, he can pop. And if he just has a few weeks of popping, but I don't know. With Roberts back in the team, probably not a pick. I don't think. Roberts, he needs 40 touches to get that good score, which I don't think he's going to do from here. Himmelberg, no, with those other two. McCartan, key defender, no. That might be it. This is one that if you like rolling the dice, Tom Stewart's very good. I'd pick him if you have like these scores are kind of irrelevant. Max Holmes is gone. No one's coming down from the midfield and taking his kick-ins anymore. Not that I think they kind of shared around a bit, but he could get that playmaker of half-back. So I might actually look into the stats and see how he does without Max Holmes in the team. One to look at, one to consider, definitely, especially with this run. But again, who's going to get rested for this Geelong team? Tom Stewart, Bailey Smith, Jeremy Cameron. Well, he's out. Dangerfield. So huge risk attached to this pick, but huge upside, I think. As you can see, he does have it. When did Holmes go in defense? I think he went defense this game. Yeah, it was against West Coast. So you see these first four scores. So just from eyeballing this, one to punt on maybe in the mix. I think that might be it. Don't pick Dan Houston. Don't pick McKercher. Yeah. Hawthorn boys, nah, they haven't got SuperCoach pedigree. They're focused on winning games, not stat padding. All right. So next up, we'll go through the rank updates overall, see how everyone's doing in the top 10 or so. Rank number 1 is Briz Roy. So he's sitting on 42, 47, 477. He's sitting just below 300 points above us. So what we have to make up like 60 points around. Rumors going around he doesn't have any trades, but he's still got backups galore. Like I think he had Horn Francis and he had Horn Francis and Bolton out. Yeah, so I think he's in a really strong position regardless. Like he can't cop any more injuries. Hopefully not for him, but and for the Brizzy Colt, if it's not me, it's got to be him. But yeah, so where's the differences in our teams? He's got Wilkie here. If we compare our teams side by side, oops, that's not my team. That's two of his teams. All right. Yeah, so if we look at our teams side by side, what's the differences? He's got Wilkie. We won't count Mills. He hasn't got Holmes, so that's good for him. Avoided that. He's got Sicily instead of Whitfield. We've both got Hawker. Ashcroft is different for me versus Dawson. Noah Anderson against Isaac Heaney. Well, we like that. Sarong. I think he's got a good fixture to come, so a good one to have actually if you're trying to pick up a midfielder. But and I've got LDU, so that's 5 differences. Um, Rocks are the same. Who else we got? Belly Williams versus Marshall, probably a 50-50 matchup. Tracy against Rankin and Petraka against Horn Francis and Bolton against Walsh. So we got 9 differences and 10 if we don't go Mills. So, uh, yeah, that's enough differences to make a climb. I'm not dramatically thinking that my team's the players that I've got different are better. I think we're gonna have to, really hit our captains and that from here. We can't do this Will Ashcroft 99 crap. That was otherwise we can just go, oh, we're not gonna finish top 10 even. Um, yeah, so good team by him. Um, I think I'd rather be in his position than mine and hold on, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll go through some other teams. Uh, so 80 points behind roughly is GB Vikings. They've got the Holmes injury, so see if they've got trades as well. It's all going to matter about these trades. If someone in this top 10 has 5 trades after the Max Holmes injury, I think they're going to win. I don't know who it is, but if that's the case, they're going to win. Parker, yep. Ash Clark, yeah. A couple bad defenders here. Yeah, Jordan Dawson should pop off in the finals. He's got a good fixture. And Rao, Merritt, yeah, this really boosted the team to a decent score. Could have been worse. Could have been down here with me if you didn't have these two. But those were good this week. Rankin, yeah, good pick. All right, we'll just take a look. I don't know. We're not going to take a look at all these. There's too many to look at and too much to analyze. Sicily, Houston differences. Yeah, I'm not 100% on these pods. Anderson, meh. But in saying this, the rest of the team is solid. So, and they've got the points. So, um, and now the captain this week. Well done. Durham, good pod. Yeah, a lot of people in the top handful actually don't have Durham. Interesting enough, and Cherry. Yeah. So, who do I think can win hit from here? So I reckon anyone to. So there's 5 rounds to go. Probably about maybe 100 points around. I reckon maybe 150 is a bit of a stretch because the reason why I say about 100 points around. So if you look at the top 100 players, so we look at scores. So 23, 70, mid 23s, 24s, 22, 23, 24. No one here is 2500. High 24s, 23s, 22s. Like, you're counting on these top 5 teams or so to have bad weeks. Like, that's the only way you're going to climb back in. It's all going to matter about these injuries and restings. If you got heaps of trades, that's what you're praying for. You're hoping this week, bang, bang, bang. Hopefully for those trade heavy teams that there's a few injuries. But if you're clinging on with no trades, one trade, then and you're hoping to climb, then it's going to be very difficult if you're not in this top handful, because you're just going to have to hold on for dear life otherwise. Yeah, I think if I'm going to put a number on it, I'm probably going to say about here. Yeah, So probably, yeah. And that's very generous, I think. 500 points. So probably someone in this top 33 players is going to win. If I was probably being more like sensible with saying who can win, I'd probably say someone within 300 points. No, I'm just kidding. That's just saying it's me. I'm probably going to guess that it's the if you're doing odds and stuff, someone in these top five are going to win probably. I'm sure someone in there has trade a few more trades than we do that can win. So yeah, that's my prediction. But yeah, our strategy has been a bit funny. Like uh, to getting where we are today. Like we're sitting in a position like if you look at the team value, I know a lot of people bang on about oh you need the team value. That's what's going to win you the Supercoach. The highest team value is going to win you the Supercoach. So the leader's got 14.3. Okay. So we got 13.8 here in third. 13.8. Who knows? Maybe these guys have just got some extra cash on them too. We're 13.6. So this guy's 13.7. Um, so sometimes you just need to get the points on the field, which we did with a few of our trades this year. Um, but it also means you're clinging on with your bench and that. This guy is 13.6 as well. So just a little interesting thing here. This guy's gone up 22 spots. Yeah, 2460. See, it's very hard to climb. Like he's only scored 15 points or so different from us, but it's just very hard to make up the numbers from here. Uh okay. So I think we'll just go over captains now. So tend to just look up the fixture difficulty from here. Adelaide, Collingwood, Jordan Dawson might be an okay VC. Uh, not, I don't think he has a great history against. Maybe he does. He might be okay, Nick Dacos, but I'm not really sold on either one. Max Gawn, if Heathless, I like against Geelong. Uh, Bailey Smith against Melbourne at the G, maybe not. Um, but still, pod one if you want to go to it. Jackson against West Coast. They're playing Bailey Williams in the ruck at the moment. I think he's been doing okay. Like he's been a bit better recently at blocking scores, but one to probably consider. I like him as a VC. No one from Freo. Oh, no one from West Coast. Sorry. Gold Coast. If you want to do Rao, probably the only son I do. I wouldn't do Sam Walsh. Essendon Hawthorn Merritt maybe as a VC, but no Hawks. Giants Sydney both love to nullify other teams, so probably not. Bulldogs Richmond. If you got Richards or Bont, I think he's probably going to be involved somehow this week. Probably our number one captain choice for the week, even though we usually butcher it. So, and then we got Neil and Ashcroft against. I think Neil loves Port Adelaide, so he could be it could be a VC into a C here. No one from Port and Sheasel, if you probably go on the VC here. But otherwise, I'd probably be considering Gorn. So probably my top picks are Gorn, Jackson, Bont, and yeah, if you want to pick someone here, Neil or Sheasel, if you're going a late C there. Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna make a bold prediction now. So in terms of rankings for us, I'm gonna say, look, I never expect to be top 8 at this stage of the season, but I reckon if our captain goes 150 points this week, we'll be in the top 5, regardless if they pick the same players. We've got enough pods to make up the numbers, so and we're not that far behind these two. Even one of these can easily have a mere week. Like we're seeing like mere weeks here and that, so it's not like, I don't know where, because some players have actually disappeared. Like where's the, well, this guy's actually having a comeback. He was leading for a while, so it's interesting. And even I think it was this team here. It was ranked 1 or 2 for a while. So yeah, interesting things can happen in SuperCoach without, even with these completed teams. So I'm sure there's more to be written here. I wouldn't get too comfortable up here, guys, because the SpawnSharks are coming. Yeah, and if it's not for me, hopefully Brisbroy wins for the Brisbane faithful here. So yeah, actually, is he going no, he's gone Neil. So I was just wondering if he picks based on a bit of the touchy feelings or not. No Ashcroft though. A bit disappointing, but anyway. Let me know how you guys are going with your strategies, who you're picking as captains this week, in the comments down below. If you have any questions or anything, or you want to my view on something and you want to ask a question, also put it down in the comments and I'll get back to all of them as soon as I can. Hopefully you guys will have a good round and you can win your matchups. And yeah, if you're in the top 8 this week, make sure you cement your spot. If you're in the top 4, you're sitting pretty. If you're 9th to 12th, then 100% just trade this week. Even if it takes you down to no trades, I suggest, just because you've got nothing to lose. Unless you've got an easy matchup, of course, but you guys are smart enough to weigh that up yourselves. So, yeah. All right, so yeah, that'll do, guys, for the video. I'll hopefully pump out another video sometime after this round, or definitely will for next week. I'm not sure if we're going to get another one out this week or not. We've been pretty busy, so and we've got a pretty busy schedule to come, and it's very hard to sort of get a bit of peace and quiet to sit down and do these videos. So we'll see if we can do something else, maybe a Thursday reaction or something like that on Friday if we want to, if we've got some more news that comes out, or maybe a Teams thing. But yeah, we'll just see how we go from here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe down in the comments, subscribe or whatever it is. I'm not used to this thing. Or like if you like, and hit the notification symbol if you don't want to miss out on any videos, because we're still pretty niche, so YouTube doesn't always recommend. So yeah, good luck for your week, guys, and peace.